Hello dear traders, welcome to InstaTV for financial news with me, Anna Kasatkina. Financial markets in the Asian Pacific region reopened after the 4-day Easter holidays. Traders are in the cautious mood, digesting the latest geopolitical news about the US and Iran. Besides, officials of the Bank of Japan made comments on the agenda of the nearest policy meeting. In the overnight trade, the dollar-yen pair slumped to a weekly low and later regained most of the losses. However, the price move is capped by the level of 112 points. After the long Easter weekend, risky sentiment was setting the tone in the Japanese equity market, thus raising demand for the yen. As a result, the US dollar slightly eased in the Asian trade. The yen gained momentum to 111.65 versus the greenback following comments from Japan's Finance Minister Taro, who said that the government and regulator are mistaken in their stubborn struggle against deflation. The dollar-yen pair will hardly arouse active buying as the economic calendar lacks important news on Tuesday. The pair is expected to trade with high volatility ahead of macroeconomic data from the US later this week. The Australian versus the US dollar pair broke a 100-day moving average and sank to 0.7120, which is the lowest level in almost 2 weeks. Traders opt for the US dollar as a safer asset. Today, yields of 10-year US Treasuries, which are viewed as a barometer of risky sentiment, shed 1 basis point to 2.579%. Investors are alert to the data of major importance from the US later this week: durable goods orders and GDP. Inflation data from Australia is expected to reveal a modest decrease. Analysts do not rule out a slowdown in the US economic growth. Besides, traders will take notice of other reports from the US, such as new home sales, house price index, and Richmond Fed manufacturing index. Investors are also monitoring the trade talks between the US and China. The Canadian dollar has been the best performer today, supported by a steady rally of oil prices. Yesterday, the US announced that it would not grant waivers to buyers of Iranian oil, so all countries importing Iranian oil will be subject to the US sanctions from May 2nd. The US dollar versus the Canadian dollar pair is trading higher, aiming for 1.3330, 1.3310 and even 1.3280 in the short term. Trading is unfolding quietly in post-holiday markets and the economic calendar lacks any data from the Eurozone. Thus, the pound and euro-related pairs will depend on the US dollar and Brexit news. A series of economic data is due during the North American trade: Canada's wholesale sales, US new home sales, and the Eurozone's Consumer Confidence Index. The American Petroleum Institute will release a weekly update on oil inventories. Follow the latest updates on financial markets with us on InstaTV News channel. See you back soon.